The Conjuring 2 is the latest horror movie from director James Wan, who's brought us such things as the first Conjuring, Insidious Chapter 2, Saw, Death Sentence with badass Kevin Bacon shaving his head and shooting a bunch of people. Yeah, pretty good director. He also made Furious 7. So yeah, James Wan, big fan of the guy. And this is the latest Conjuring movie. And the first one, you know, I own it. Get off the fucking shelf. I thought it was a good, effective little horror movie. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty damn cool. I really like the Insidious movies. I like Conjuring. And going in, I didn't know anything about it. I was like, no expectations. Let's just go in blind and hopefully be surprised by what we get. And this one again stars Vera, Farmiga, and Patrick Wilson, and we also got Madison, Wolfe, Francis O'Connor. And this takes place, what decade is it? Like the 70s. Takes place in the late 70s in London. Hello, governor. There's a ghost in my house. Yeah, they actually sound like that, and I was like, is that accurate or is that over the top hammy? Mama, you want some biscuits? There's a ghost. He wants my biscuits, Mama. I don't know. It's just delightful to watch, actually. And yeah, it's, again, the paranormal people trying to deal with shit. They get called on to this new house because shit's going bad. This whole family, there's ghosts haunting them, there's possessions, crazy shit happens, scary times. It's James Wan. The guy's one of the best horror directors working today. In fact, he's the only good one. Like, maybe that's wrong, but like, the guy that keeps making horror movies that are consistently really good. He is the horror master. I can't think of anyone else that consistently makes really good, scary horror movies that aren't cheap jump scare filled bullshit. Don't get me wrong, there's jump scares, but they feel earned and they feel necessary. They don't feel like cheap, oh, here's a cat, oh, here's a person's friend scaring them for no reason. When something jumps out to scare you, it's because it's dangerous. It's scary, it's frightening, a little bit terrifying. And yeah, this is a really, really good movie. Like the first one, I really enjoyed this one. I thought this one was better than the first. It was a little bit darker and scarier, and maybe that's because the first one I saw at home, this one I saw in a theater, you know, big dark room, you're there, they got the AC turned up a little bit too high so you're getting chills and then shit's scaring you, and it's like, that nun is frightening. Give me a pillow, I don't want to look. But I kept my hands down. I never did this or anything. I'm better than that. And like I said, James Wan is a great horror director. He can do other good stuff too. Like I said, Kevin Bacon kicking some ass. But horror, he's just so good at that. He's good at staging really good creepy atmospheres for movies. They're dark, really, it's hard to see. There's so much shadows. You're scared. You're always tense. He's very good with tension and the buildup of suspense. And when shit jumps out to scare you, when scary stuff happens, it gets you. He's got really eerie soundtracks with a lot of violin music and scratchy noises, like, ugh. And then, yeah, he's got very scary imagery, good buildup and suspense, well staged, well shot. They're very good looking movies. Just the cinematography and direction, camera angles, it all looks really good. It's very artistic. It's not cheap and lazy. It's just a pretty looking movie that also happens to scare the shit out of you. And the acting is also very, very good in this. Patrick Wilson's worked with James Wan a lot now. Just Insidious and Conjuring. It keeps flipping back and forth. It's enjoyable because he's really good in this. I also like Vera Farmiga quite a bit. They're the two standouts. But also the mother and the main daughter who's getting picked on the most by this ghost demon thing. Yeah, they were both very good. The mom, I liked her a whole lot. She's very sympathetic, worried for her children. And then the daughter is just like, you feel bad for her. She's going through a lot of shit. And for a kid actor, she did really good. All the kid actors I thought did very good. You know, one or two of them are maybe not focused on as much. It reminds me of Insidious, where it's like, there's like 3 children, and then there's just the one kid that no one ever mentions. You forget he's there. They have a kid in here, the second son. I'm just like, I feel bad for you, because like, they gave you one scene, and we always forget you're here. But it's okay. They're all good actors. They did really good, and like I said, it felt authentic. I don't know, I feel like it was over the top and yet very authentic, because I wasn't there in London in the 70s. Oi, governor, there's ghosts and demons. Is that accurate? It must be. It felt like it. Oi, get the bobbies in the billy clubs, we're gonna get the ghost. Yeah, it's cute. It's cute and scary. Still, very effective horror movie. Really scary, great suspense, as I said. James Wan, he can direct a horror movie in his sleep. And aside from, I think, Dead Silence, he can do a really, really good job. The characters were very likable and relatable. They had good arcs. You were interested in them. You cared about them. If something bad happened, you don't want it to. There's a lot of shit that's going down. You're like, I hope you don't get skewered on something. I like you. This is very scary stuff, and it's good to watch a horror movie where you care about people, because so often just bland, generic stereotypes that are going to get picked off by someone. Yeah, The Conjuring 2, really effective, really well-made movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I had no real flaws with the movie. Very strong horror movie, really creepy. I enjoyed it a hell of a lot. I would give The Conjuring 2 an A-. It's a well-made movie and a really well-made horror movie, and it's just a really enjoyable time. You should definitely check it out. I highly recommend it. And comment below, tell me your thoughts on The Conjuring 2 if you've seen it. And also, what's your favorite James Wan horror movie? Because I'm trying to think, is it Conjuring 2? Is it the first Insidious? Yeah, I don't know, he's made a lot. What's your favorite James Wan movie in general? Because I would almost lead to Death Sentence. There's something about that. Kevin Bacon shaving his head and fucking people up. It's really cool. So anyway, yeah, comment below, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.